Reverend Meg. What is white privilege? We had it tough growing up. My family was poor. Where's my white privilege? White privilege is a confusing term because it's invisible. And in order to understand what white privilege is, you have to gain the superpower of seeing what is, well, invisible. First, white privilege is not about guilt or shame. Sometimes people say, I shouldn't feel guilty just because I'm white. That's true. You shouldn't. If someone uses the phrase white privilege to try to make people feel guilty, they're using it wrong. White privilege is not about feeling guilty. It's about having the superpower to see something that's invisible. That is, being able to see how other people's experiences are different from your own. Second, white privilege doesn't mean that your life is easy. In fact, I bet you already understand privilege because there are ways in which your life is not easy. If you're a queer person or a person with a disability, if you identify as a woman, if you live with chronic pain, there are lots of things that make our lives feel pretty unprivileged, pretty difficult. Here's an example. Our world is made for right-handed people. Thankfully, we don't live in a time when people think that left-handed people are less than. But life still isn't quite as easy for them, and it's not as easy in tiny ways that those of us who are right-handed might not even notice. When you're driving a car, how easy is it to turn on the radio? Do you have to find special scissors to work for your hand? Did you know that left-handed people actually die on average earlier than right-handed people? That certainly doesn't mean that all right-handed people are living lives of wealth and leisure. But it does mean that if you're a right-handed person, you have the privilege of not having to worry about some little things throughout your day, like whether you're going to bump elbows with the person sitting next to you. Is your new superpower kicking in yet? Can you think of other examples of privilege that might have been invisible to you? As a white person, I can go about my day without having to think or worry about tons of things that people who are not white have to deal with. For example, if I say hello to a stranger or ask for help in a store, I don't wonder if that person has never spoken to a white person before. If I'm in an elevator with someone, I don't have to be concerned that they might be afraid of me, and I don't have to consider how they might act out of fear. Can you think of what privilege you might have because of your whiteness? If you can, then congratulations on your new superpower.